Hello everyone, and welcome back to another session of Dark Souls PvP and another weapon showcase. This time I am using the Barbed Straightsword. This weapon is one that I've liked for a really long time, and it's a very, very good weapon. You don't really see it used that often though. Now, there are a few interesting things about this weapon, the first of which being its description. And in the info about the weapon, it says that it does only thrusting damage, and because of that you would think it would benefit from the lowering. It would be able to get counterattack damage, that extra 40% on a counter. It does not get either of those. So, just pointing that out right now, the description is not true. So, moving on from there, the Barbed Straightsword. It has a weight of 3 units, it requires 10 strength and 10 dexterity in order to wield, and it has a D scaling in strength and a C scaling in dexterity. Now, this weapon is exactly like the broadsword in terms of its moveset. Very similar in terms of speed, exactly the same in terms of speed really. Very similar in terms of damage though. The thing that separates the two, the Barbed Straightsword has bleed and does less damage, right around 40 AR less. So, not a bad thing, just different. Whether or not that bleed actually means anything to you or not throughout the fight, that's the key. So, really, it's hard to choose sometimes between the two, considering they are the same weight, they have the same requirements, and the broadsword actually has a better scaling in strength. It's a CC scaling. And that, of course, is what leads it to have an AR that's higher. But moving on from there, the pros and the cons of this weapon, I would have to say that this weapon has the exact same pro as the broadsword, and that would be its comboing ability. This weapon's moveset is all slashing, it's very fast, and can combo incredibly well. You can stun lock very easily if you are two-handing this weapon, and lead to some really devastating combos. You'll notice quite a few times throughout this video, I combo people very, very just well done, good looking combos, and they're extremely easy to do. It's not anything to do with my level of skill, it's just a matter of choosing which buttons to mash at what time really. It's very easy to combo people, and I'm not even throwing in any kicks when I'm doing these combos. And that's because I'm trying to cause the bleed meter to build up on them as fast as I can. Now, when you are bleeding someone out, it will do 33 bleed damage per hit and bleed them out for 1/3 of their health, which is always nice. You can never go wrong with that, especially if you get it to bleed out on a critical like a backstab or a riposte. That is very, very, very good. It happens on occasion. It's a rare moment, but it does happen. I did it, I believe, earlier in this video, right before this. Other pros of the weapon, its bleed definitely would be a pro. The issue is a lot of people now are fairly decent at actually being able to, roll through it. So that can kind of throw things off for you and makes it a little less reliable. Still though, the biggest pro would be its ability to combo and stun, and because of that, if you're following up with a combo and they're stunned, there's a chance you can bleed them out in the middle of that combo. And chances are that'll cut the combo short, and if it cuts the combo short, that means that, they're dead. So, hey, good thing. It's a very, very good thing. So really, all the pros of this weapon work together very well. I like that little combo right there. Going unlocked with this weapon is very good. When I first used this weapon, I was learning how to play unlocked, exclusively playing unlocked, no target locking at all. And this weapon was very good for that, as are most weapons that have just slashing attacks. So if you're going to practice playing unlocked, I highly recommend a weapon that does only slashing attacks, like this one, the broadsword, and the bastard sword. All good examples of that. Let's see, the cons of the weapon. I would have to say that the biggest con of the weapon would be its damage output. For me, this weapon has an AR of only 360. That is 40 less than the broadsword, and it's not that much as far as the AR is concerned. It's not that much in the long run because this weapon has bleed as well, but you're not guaranteed to bleed someone out. If you were, then hey, this would be a completely different story. But because it's not a guaranteed thing, I mean, chances are the person's going to be bled and just roll through it. That's really what's most likely to happen when you're using any sort of bleed weapon now. So because of that, the biggest con of the weapon would be its damage, because you're missing out on A, the bleed, because the people are able to actually dodge it now, roll through, use the invincibility frames, and B, you're missing out on the damage from a weapon that's got the same weight, same moveset, same speed, and same everything, except for the bleed. So yes, you'd be better off with the broadsword in some cases, but if you're ever fighting a hacker, you can stun lock them to death with this thing. It's fantastic. I wish I still had the video I had of that. I did a montage a little while back. I don't remember exactly what happened to the video, that clip itself, the raw file, but it's gone. And I destroyed a hacker with this thing. It was fantastic. But anyway, just to quickly recap things, because there is one fight left, if you could even really call it that. All I'm going to say about the next fight, the guy's name is very, very accurate. This guy right here. Very accurate name. So, just to quickly recap things, the Barbed Straightsword has a weight of 3 units, requires 10 strength and 10 dexterity, descaling in strength and a C in dexterity. Biggest pro would be its ability to combo, and the biggest con would be its damage output. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.